Welcome to the World News of Myanmar International. I'm Maria Abril and here is the news. At least 9 people died and several were missing following violent rainstorms near France's Mediterranean coast, local officials said on Wednesday, 16th of June. Most of the deaths occurred in or around the town of Draguignan, which was hit by flash floods on Tuesday. More than 350 millimeters of rain fell on the southern Var region, triggering more violent flooding.
I managed to get my dog out. I left through the window. I was carried away by the current. I managed to catch myself. I got carried away again, and then I got myself again, and there you are.
Firemen took local residents to temporary refuges set up in local schools and public buildings overnight as the storms raged and torrents flowed down what are normally sun-kissed streets in the month of June.
This is the first time. We have never seen this before. We are in a deep hill, so everything comes this way like a funnel.
Train traffic along the French Riviera was interrupted by the flooding, leaving several hundred people stranded in stations along the line. In Marseille, which was not as badly affected, passengers slept in coaches and were given emergency rations by state rail company SNCF. Cuba is making preparations to protect its coast as the BP oil spill continues spreading through the Gulf of Mexico. Cuban officials offered few specifics about the preparations, but said on Tuesday, 15th of June, oil-rich Venezuela has sent a team of spill-fighting experts to help the communist-run island. The officials spoke at a conference on disaster preparedness in the Cuban capital, Havana.
If the circumstances result in a spontaneity, well, we will do everything within our means. We are, of course, maintaining ourselves informed of the situation, soliciting information, and so on, in order to prepare ourselves. Cuba has dealt with small spills from oil tankers with problems on our coast in the past, but we do not have any experience dealing with a spill of this magnitude.
Millions of gallons of oil have gone into the Gulf in the 57-day oil spill and fouled 120 miles of U.S. coastline. Patches of oil reportedly have been seen as close as 100 miles northwest of Cuba, and some forecasts have said Gulf currents will inevitably carry the oil to the country. Cuba did not say what aid Venezuela had provided, but said the South American country has over 100 years of experience in dealing with oil. International scientists say Cuba's waters and coastline are relatively pristine because of the lack of development common in many other countries. Cuba does not have any offshore oil production, but Spanish oil giant Repsol YPF has contracted for a rig to drill exploration wells off of Cuba's coast later this year or early in 2011. Relatives and friends of the 14 men killed by British soldiers in the infamous Bloody Sunday shootings celebrated the victims' innocence on Tuesday, 15th of June, after a long-awaited report entirely vindicated them. Kay Diddy, whose 17-year-old brother Jackie was the first to be killed in the shootings, praised the inquiry findings. Earlier in the day, British Prime Minister David Cameron apologized for the killing by British troops of 14 demonstrators in Northern Ireland in 1972. Cameron said the first shot close to the protest march was fired by the British Army and that none of the victims were armed. Bloody Sunday was one of the most traumatic events in Northern Ireland's 30-year troubles. 13 people, all unarmed Catholics, were killed when the soldiers opened fire in the staunchly nationalist Bogside area of the city. In Ireland, Prime Minister Brian Cohen welcomed the report and proclaimed the innocence of the dead.
The truth has been set free. From this day forth, history will record what the families have always known to be true. And from this day forth, the world will understand what the people of Derry have always understood. 14 innocent people died on the streets of Derry on January the 30th, 1972. There is no doubt, there are no ambiguities. In truth, there never were. They were innocent. May they rest in peace.
Microsoft Corporation announced the availability of Microsoft Office 2010 on Tuesday, 15th of June. The Office 2010 is now available in 10 languages for consumers worldwide. People can now purchase Office 2010 at 35,000 major retailers around the world, as well as purchase and download Office 2010 at office.com. Leading PC makers including Dell, HP, Lenovo, Sony, and Toshiba are also shipping desktops and laptops pre-installed with Office 2010. Office 2010 is packed with features that let people create, connect, and collaborate across PC, phone, and web. Diana Zardaryan, a PhD student of Archaeology Institute in Armenia, found a laced footwear which is now thought to be the world's oldest leather shoe. Diana Zardaryan found the shoe in 2008 while working with a group of international archaeologists in one of the caves in Armenia. The shoe is believed to be 1,000 years older than the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt and 400 years older than Stonehenge in Britain.
Когда я ее взяла в руки,
When I took it and turned it, I got surprised, and I could not talk for a couple of minutes. I had a shock, as it has always been my dream to find leather footwear.
это всегда было моей мечтой найти именно кожаную обувь.
The shoe is made of a single piece of cowhide leather, has laces, and is shaped to fit the wearer's foot. It is 24.5 centimeters long, 7.6 to 10 centimeters wide, which matches a modern-day European size 37 or US size 7. It dates back to around 3,500 BC. It is not known whether the shoe belonged to a man or woman. The scientists said the stable, cool, and dry conditions in the cave meant the various objects found were very well preserved. Other finds included large ceramic containers, many of which held wheat and other edible plants. Only World Cup victory will be enough for Argentina, the country's man of the people Carlos Tevez said on Tuesday, 15th of June. Tevez said he would give all his titles to win the World Cup with coach Diego Maradona's team, who will stick to the attacking game that gave them a 1-0 win over Nigeria in their opening match.
Today the team is enjoying themselves. It is hard to enjoy the first match because now the tensions are very strong at the start of a World Cup. But as the matches are played, the team begins playing better, getting more rhythm and more confident.
Tevez hinted Argentina would play South Korea at Soccer City on Thursday with the same side that beat Nigeria on Saturday, provided Juan Sebastian Veron recovers from a leg muscle injury. That's the end of the world news on Myanmar International. I'm Maria Abril, and thank you for watching.